Hello, people. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? My name is Carlos, and I'm here for one more lesson of English language. And today's lesson will be focused on don't say how are you or change your way to ask the position or how a person is, thing like this, the stage of a person. And on this lesson I prepared a set of how do you start to greet, because every people expect to hear from you how are you. And I brought here today a different way to say this how are you. I'm really sorry because I used it a lot in my lesson, or in the first time when I started my lesson I started saying how are you. But today I will teach you, when you in the end of this lesson you will get the knowledge in how to say how are you in a different way. I have here, but without or before I get the point, I go straight the point. I would like to invite you to subscribe and to like my channel and to leave your comment down this lesson. Or here I brought the first step, or the first way of saying how are you is how are you doing. How are you doing is the first different way to ask how are you. And then we have here what is happening. What is happening is the second way of saying how are you. And the third one is what is it going on. What is going on, I mean what is going on is the third way of saying how you're. And then we have how is everything. How is everything. How everything, you can use this way to say how are you. And then we have how is it going. How is it going is the one way of saying how are you. Another way is how are thing going. How are things going is another way to say how are you. And the other way to say how are you is how are things. How are things. How are things is the another way to say how are you. And then we have WhatsApp. WhatsApp. I think that we hear that way, WhatsApp, on movies in different, or in different stories. Or nowadays we hear a lot WhatsApp. And another way to say how are you is what's new. What's new is another way to say how are you. And other way is you all right. You all right is another way to say how are you. And then we have how have you been. How have you been. And then we have what are you up to. What are you up to. And we have another way. The other way is a howdy. Howdy. And other way is what's new with you. What's new with you. What's new with you, my friend. What's new with you, my classmate. What's new with you, dude. Thing like this. And we have here a set of informal way to say how are you. That is what's good in your wood. What's good in your wood. This is the informal way to say how are you. And another informal way to say how are you is long time no see. Long time no see. It's another informal way to say how are you. And another informal way is what up.